final weekend of spring training, and we've got Saturday night baseball in Tampa, Florida. It's the 2026 Spring Breakout game, and yes, we've got the top dogs out. That's all those future Yankees stars taking on the future stars of the Atlanta Braves in the third annual Spring Breakout game here on Yes. I'm Steven Cusumano, joined alongside Joe Vasile for this third annual Spring Breakout game. It's the Yankees and Braves future stars, led off by the guy who will be hitting leadoff tonight, Joe, and that is the Yankees' top prospect, George Lombard Jr.
Hard to believe we've been hearing so much about Lombard, watching so much of Lombard over the last couple of seasons. He's just 20 years old, carries himself with a maturity that's well beyond his years, both at the plate and in the field, where he's played all three infield positions during spring training with the Yankees this year. The rocket ship that is George Lombard Jr. has been so impressive in just about every way since going pro.
And one of the Yankees' top stars on the mound, that's Kyle Carr, signing autographs for the fans ahead of the 2026 Spring Breakout game. Lineups and first pitch coming up right after this on Yes. MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week, plus live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, Big Inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Here we're in the Spring Breakout game. 2-2 score in the home third for Core Jackson. Jackson grounds the second pitch of the inning to first base. Flip it to Murphy, covering the bag. Dixon Williams to Owen Murphy, couple Braves top prospects for the first out of the third. A lot of scoring early in this game. It kind of feels like the nerves have settled in a little bit. Jay Savina, right at the middle of the scoring, walked and came around his first time up. And Joe, we've talked a lot about some of the homegrown talents with the Yankees. We've not talked about some of those that were traded for by the Yankees, and that includes Jay Savina, who came in from the Brewers organization a few years ago, and suddenly he's one of the top outfield prospects in the organization.
Yeah, Jace has been such a really nice pickup in trades. A couple of years ago, was a standout player in the lower levels of the Brewers system. Yankees went and traded for him for Jake Bauers, sending him to Milwaukee, and getting Avina back. And what Jace has shown, playing a lot of center field and left field, good doubles power, starting to develop a little bit more home run power as well. And just one of those gamer type of guys who plays with such impressive passion too. I know you got a taste of it last year in Somerset, Stephen, but Jace has a little extra fire that he plays the game with, and it's one of those things that you can just see it making fans fall in love with him wherever he goes.
A 2-1, and Jace takes ball three. Jace from out in Nevada, he's got all of his family and friends visiting for the Spring Breakout game today, so they're all watching right now here at GMS. Acquired for Jake Bauers, offseason between 2023 and 24. He's run a full count now too. That really puts in perspective how important it is to be playing in this game too, Joe. The fact that he's got family flying in to come watch him play the last weekend of spring training. He ends up punching out looking here in this home third inning. Tomorrow afternoon, catch the last spring training game on Yes as the Yankees take on the Philadelphia Phillies here at Steinbrenner Field. Live coverage starts at 1 o'clock on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. And after that, the Yankees will head to Arizona for a couple of exhibition games against the Cubs, and then eventually fly to San Francisco for opening night. Almost there, almost made it to opening day as Kobe Morales digs in and takes strike one. Arizona knows a thing or two about Kobe Morales. He was, again, in the Arizona Fall League and had himself a really good campaign after the regular season.
Yeah, really impressive. Hit .333 in his time with the Mesa Solar Sox out there after the year. And, you know, kind of a polished college guy, played at the University of Washington out at the time in the Pac-12. And just faced a lot of really top-notch baseball competition in college and hit, has come to the pros and hit. He's just one of those guys, you know, good bats always seem to find a way, and Kobe Morales is one of those guys.
It's a 2-2 count to Kobe. Still facing Owen Murphy, up past 60 pitches in the early going of this game. And Morales, like you said, from out in California. Singled his last time up, and that brought home the Yankees' first run of the game. Ball 3 from Murphy. And for Morales, actually his home ballpark in the AFL was Sloan Park, where the Yankees will be playing their exhibition games this week. Rips this one into right field, a base hit, and Morales is 2 for 2.
Nearly identical hit, 2. Solid line drive through the right side. That one 109 off the bat for Morales. Didn't quite have the same trajectory as the first, but you hit the ball hard and good things happen. And Kobe Morales certainly with the ability to do that.
We've seen some hard hit baseballs by the Yankees prospects in this game. Off the Braves starter Owen Murphy, who's getting a visit right now before facing Garrett Martin, who he was the last guy that had a 109-mile-per-hour hit baseball. And that's something that they've kind of been preaching over these last several years in the Yankee system, Joe, is you always hear the mantra, hit strikes hard. Well, when you can consistently do that like Kobe did, and like we've heard a lot of good things from Garrett Martin in camp, you're going to stick around for a while.
And look, that's one of those things that extends even beyond the Yankees. That, you know, out of 30 teams, you're probably talking 30 organizations that are preaching trying to hit the ball harder, whether it's you know, a focus necessarily on exit velocity and hitting certain targets, or just, hey, in general, you want to hit the ball harder. I think that's something that everyone's kind of looking for and going after, and then training in guys.
Boy, talk about the Arizona Fall League, Joe. Garrett Martin's a former Arizona Fall League Home Run Derby champion. He had 10 home runs in 90 seconds 2 off seasons ago. That's when the Yankees probably knew they had something pretty special in that power bat. Morales, remember, stole second his last time aboard. So Murphy's going to check on him this time. Martin out of Stanley Lake High School in Colorado. We heard him referred to before as an athlete. Well, how about a state champion in high jump? Puts in perspective the athleticism on display. And, you know, Martin starting this game in center field. We saw it at Double-A last year, Joe. I'm sure you saw it in Hudson Valley as well. How impressive the athleticism is from Garrett Martin, and that pretty much puts it in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was a guy who was getting recruited as a track and field athlete out of high school, and, you know, had some looks, you know, from some very high-level schools like the University of Oregon. Ended up skipping around a little bit in baseball, started at Oklahoma State, ended up at Austin Peay, where the Yankees got him as an undrafted free agent after that year. And he's just been someone who you look at and you wouldn't necessarily say, like, oh, that's a guy with blazing speed and great athleticism, but that's exactly what Garrett Martin is.
He's drawn a full count now with Morales at first. Yankees prospects trying to take the lead here on the Braves prospects. And Martin, again, a guy that's turned a lot of heads during this year's spring training. We'll take ball 4. And so the prospects of the Yankees in business with Caden Kent coming up.
You know, and that's another aspect of Martin's game, too, is, you know, the on-base ability. If he can continue to improve in that regard, just gonna make him an even more potentially sneaky prospect within the system.
That's going to be the end of the line for Owen Murphy. 72 pitches deep here in the spring breakout game. In a 2-2 tie, a call to the bullpen for the Braves here in the spring breakout. Yankees spring training on Yes is brought to you in part by the New Jersey Lottery. Play the new Millionaire for Life game today. Anything can happen in Jersey. By your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that expires. And by Citizens, made ready. pitching change here in this third inning. Caden Kent's about to bat. We were talking before about the baseball family that he comes from. How about the soon-to-be Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, Jeff Kent, watching on with family? And, well, they're going to watch Caden bat here with a chance to give the Yankees prospects the lead, Joe.
Yeah, that's going to be such a special moment coming up for the entire Kent family in July, going up to Cooperstown for, frankly, the long overdue induction of Jeff Kent. I mean, what a player he was. And, you know, Caden a lot of times will look almost like a left-handed hitting carbon copy of his dad. And, man, if he could be a player kind of like that, that would be quite a special thing.
Caden walked his first time up and takes ball one here. The new pitcher for the Braves prospects is Roldy Munoz, 25-year-old from the Dominican Republic, who ended last season in AAA Gwinnett. Made his big league debut in September 2025. It's 2-0 to Kent.
And can hit triple digits, but the slider, that one that he just threw to Kent, that's his best pitch. That's Munoz's bread and butter.
2 balls, no strikes to Caden. Checked his swing. Kelvis Velez says he went around. We were talking before the game to Caden about the advice that he's gotten from his dad over the years, and he said one of the things is that baseball can be an unforgiving game. You spend your life trying to figure it out. And he said, my dad, a Hall of Famer, can't even figure it out. And that's been his message to Caden for a majority of his career. He bats this one in the air, deep toward left center field, sending Hartman back in the gap, but he's got it measured and makes the catch to end the inning as the Kent family watches on here in the third. It's a 2-2 tie. The Braves and Yankees, top prospects, head to the fourth inning here in Tampa.